When people hear the name LaMonte McLemore, they think of hit songs, Grammy Awards, and the legendary sound of the fifth dimension. But what if I told you? Before the fame, before the spotlight, and even after the music faded, LaMonte McLemore lived a story most fans never knew. This is the untold side of a music legend, the photographer, the rise, the fall, and the rare facts that history almost forgot. The photographer before the fame. Long before LaMonte McLemore stood on stage singing, Up, Up and Away, he stood behind a camera. Born in 1935 in St. Louis, Missouri, McLemore served in the United States Navy, working as an aerial photographer. Thousands of feet above the ground, he learned how to frame moments, how to tell stories without words. That skill followed him for life. After leaving the Navy and settling in Southern California, McLemore became a celebrity and sports photographer, capturing images with the same precision he would later bring to music. In fact, photography didn't just shape his career, it shaped his destiny. It was through photography that he met Florence LaRue, a schoolteacher who would later become a key member of the fifth dimension. Music didn't replace the camera. It simply added a microphone. Rare facts most fans don't know. Here's something even longtime fans may not realize. Before music and photography, LaMonte McLemore also chased a baseball dream, playing briefly in the Los Angeles Dodgers farm system. Few artists can say they served in the military, played professional baseball, mastered photography, and won Grammy Awards. McLemore didn't just live one life, he lived several. In the early 1960s, McLemore sang jazz with a group called the Hi-Fis, alongside Marilyn McCoo. They even opened for Ray Charles, a sign that something special was coming. After the group dissolved, McLemore reunited with McCoo and childhood friends Billy Davis Jr. and Ron Townsend, later adding Florence LaRue. In 1965, they changed their name to the Fifth Dimension, a bold choice that reflected a new cultural era. And then, everything exploded. Up, Up and Away became a massive hit. Aquarius, Let the Sunshine In, didn't just top the charts, it became the sound of a generation. The group won 6 Grammy Awards, including Record of the Year twice, and crossed racial, musical, and cultural boundaries at a time when few groups could. They weren't Motown. They weren't rock. They weren't traditional soul. They were something entirely new. But success came fast, and staying on top was harder. As the 1970s arrived, music tastes shifted. Psychedelic pop gave way to harder sounds, disco, and new trends. The pressure to reinvent, stay relevant, and live up to past success weighed heavily on the group. Tours slowed. Lineups changed. The spotlight moved on. Like many groups of their era, the Fifth Dimension didn't fall overnight, they faded quietly, leaving behind a catalog of timeless music and an unmatched cultural impact. Ron Townsend passed away in 2001, marking the end of the original era. But LaMonte McLemore never stopped creating. Away from the charts, McLemore returned to what he always loved: photography, creativity, and storytelling. Friends and bandmates remembered him not just as a performer, but as a man filled with energy, humor, and warmth. Florence LaRue once said his joy felt like medicine, something that lifted others, even in difficult moments. LaMonte McLemore's story isn't just about fame. It's about reinvention. It's about creativity in many forms. And it's about a man who understood that art doesn't live in one place, it lives wherever passion exists. From the skies as a Navy photographer, to the world stage as a music legend, LaMonte McLemore left behind more than songs. He left behind a legacy of light. If this story showed you a side of LaMonte McLemore you never knew, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more untold stories of music legends and cultural icons. Thank you for watching, and thank you for letting the sunshine in.